Monday, September 23rd, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich, 10 o'clock California time. You guys know that I've been looking for top sell signals, bearish patterns, reversals, the various typical reasons why a market would turn around and start to head south. We do have the possibility of a double top. The high on Thursday was just barely a higher high. It failed to close above previous highs, and we sank a little on Friday. Now today we're basically unchanged. We just we're exactly unchanged for the moment. And another tidbit here. This week has historically been the weakest week, and that's W-E-E-K, historically. So the likelihood of a down week this week is very high. We haven't started it yet. I don't see any significant bearish activity yet. It's only the middle of the day on Monday. Lots of time to see it drop off. I think it's going to. I hope so. But again, I can't scream bloody murder. It's starting. Let's see what happens here. If we do get this top, and it does come down significantly this week, I would be looking for a minimum, very minimum test of 54.70-ish. But probably we're going to drop off to 51.63, maybe even lower. The downside objective on this pattern, the double top, says we're supposed to go down all the way to 55.93. That would be a big break. That's the measurement for the double top formation. Let's simply get down to 52.67-ish first. And then I'll take a look and see how much more downside there might be, what time of the year we're at when we get down there, I'm expecting, and make some other comments. The 5-minute chart, nothing yet. Just a little bit of weakness, and then we bounced. Yeah, good. Now the daily chart on the spider, pretty much the same story. So let's see this weakness start, and I'll get much more detailed about the downside. We're looking at the spider 5-minute. No new lows for any significant amount of time, for any kind of formation. There's support below the market. We just got to start breaking down here. Qs. Now, the high on Thursday, which is the key day last week, was right up against the high made on August 22nd. Excuse me. Now, that creates a pseudo double top because it's not the highest highs. That was back July 11th. Sorry again. Now, the gap has already been closed. It gapped up on Thursday. But Friday's lows closed the gap pretty exactly. And within 60 seconds, it turned around. But we're not getting any follow through here, up or down at the moment. I'm looking for a turn down. Next chart, 5-minute QQQ, not showing much of anything interesting. Here's our last couple of trades. Good short sale, got stopped out. New long position, got stopped out. Profitable trade, both of them. Next chart. We got the NQ NASDAQ, and we got the bearish trade, and then we got the bullish trade that worked out in both cases. We got the bottom of the market. We got the high. We got the high. We got the high. That did not work. We got a little high, and that didn't come out right. We got the minor high, and I'm looking for another top. We did make it higher than Friday's high, but we can't have a bearish engulfing ER sell signal because we're not overbought enough. 1-minute, 5-minute chart on the NASDAQ, just not breaking down enough. We got the YM, down 11, nothing, minor. But it is overbought, and it got above Friday's high. That means that all we have to do is get below Friday's lows, and we will have that kind of signal red. That's obviously a buy signal at the bottom with a complementary there. We've had some really great signals on the YM in particular this year. There's one on smack dab on the top, April 1st. That was a really, really good one. bottom, we got the bottom, then we got another top. That one did not work. Then we got another top, we got another bottom, and I'm waiting for another sell signal, I hope. 5-minute chart, nothing going on. Russell, overbought, major resistance, slipping, minor new low for a couple of days, one day, starting to show a little bit more weakness, looking a little more interesting, but not great yet. We got a bottom, we got a damn good rally. That one really didn't work. And that's about it for the Russell. The 5-minute chart on the Russell, new lows from yesterday, but not quite the early lows on Thursday, and certainly not below Friday's low. Well, okay. Now, bonds. It's doing what I've predicted. We have a resistance line, which I think could become a brand new neckline. Now, this is the neckline on the single shoulder. There's a shoulder right there. That is not part of the situation yet. There's the head, and that's the head whether I've got double shoulders or not. If you're looking at the original neckline, it got broken right here, a little fishy, but didn't go anywhere. Dropped back, got a buy signal, went through the neckline again, also not quite normal. When it goes back below the neckline after closing above it, you're not supposed to go below it, let alone close below it, which it did for one day. Overall, it seems to be working. Hit a high, overbought, pulled back. Now formed a minor double top, which has a downside objective right in the lower part of my October circle, and the time frame October and price range between about 120 and a half down to maybe 116. I think we're going to be doing almost exactly what I've outlined here with these two little yellow lines. I think we're going to come down to support level, the 118 support level, turn around and start to move up. Now, it could be higher, the higher support level of 120. I'm not sure yet, but it's starting to come down. We have made new lows now since the overbought condition, giving me a pivot point for another new neckline, maybe. If I get this shoulder low, I'm going to scream second shoulder, first shoulder, head, second shoulder on the left side, first shoulder on the left side, October, yeah, remains to be seen next month. Notes, exactly the same formation. There's my little circle in October. I'll duplicate this marker and drag it over. So that is going to be my first shoulder. If we have some significant downside move, I've pegged 111.10 down to maybe 109.10, but during October for the bottom of the last second larger formation, instead of March 23 to October 23 to, I'd say about May of 24, not March, but could be. Yeah, March, April. But what we're going to do is build a bigger shoulder for a bigger head and shoulder bottom for a new neckline that has a much higher upside objective. It would make for a much bigger bull market. Next chart, crude, oversold, bottomed out, starting to rally, bearish engulfing for today, kind of at that trend line. So I'm looking for the market to start heading south, testing the support area again, and probably making new lows for the move down. And we'll see if we get any correlation going for the other energy markets. We have, an expected test of support and then new lows. Here we are, natural gas. There's a possibility of a head and shoulder top. My little wicks here are a little bit too skinny, and I think I can make the wicks a lot thicker real quick. Okay, there it is. Yeah, the width is number one. I think I like a number three, and that would be much more visible. Very good, very good. So if that's the shoulder high, obviously that's the head. And this would be just a little bit too far to the right, but within the realm of expectations, the last shoulder high. The price level's great. I mean, it's almost smack dab at the first shoulder high level also, which would be textbook. And I'll draw the neckline in for you here. It's going to be downward slanted very little, just a little bit. And that's it for the moment. All right. Now, how much of a downside move can I get out of this? There's my little measuring stick I like to use, and that's good enough. And the downside is going to be essentially a little bit below the major support area. So I would be looking, not yet. The shoulder hasn't formed very well yet, but it's just starting the last day or two. Maybe. I need to have it start sinking. I need to have it start going below 2.5. And, well, I'm sorry, yeah, 2.57. And then I'll be squawking head and shoulder top, put some markers in here for the shoulder and the head and the shoulder, and do a little bit more doodling on this chart. Next chart is heating oil, oversold, no reversal at the bottom, unfortunately. We might have a bullish engulfing today. Right now, it's a bearish engulfing. The trend is bearish, down. We didn't get so far a rally up to resistance like I thought we might. This could turn bearish at any point. Doesn't have to go back up to my resistance. Bear markets fall maybe about 2 or 3 times faster, could be more, faster than bull markets go up. Bull markets climb a wall of worry, and bear markets panic, collapse down quickly. Next, gold, silver, platinum, copper, and then beans, oil, meal, corn, wheat, cattle, hogs. Now, we are diverging in the precious metals. Gold is strong, but it's overbought. So that means it's probably going to start to head back down very, very soon here. And if it does have an outside down day of bearish engulfing, we will get a new sell signal soon. But I don't have one yet. Silver did not make a higher high than Friday, which gold did. And Friday was higher than Thursday, was higher than Wednesday. But Wednesday we had a reversal. It didn't work. But most of this price action is in about the same range, overbought and starting to slip a little. So silver showing a lot less strength, if you want to call it that. It's weakness outright, but no signal. And look at platinum. It's actually made a new low for the last previous 6 trading days, actually 7, it looks like, and well on its way down. Silver, iffy, and gold's overbought on the way up. So that's your divergence as far as the precious metals are concerned. So platinum's doing exactly what I wanted and I talked about, and I think it's going to come down to support. And because of the head and shoulder top formation, I think there is, for platinum, still a live head and shoulder top. Well, it awaits my objective to the downside. Now, I didn't mention it in silver because actually this high is a little too high. I don't know. It maybe is still part of the formation and maybe not. But if it is, we're supposed to be going down to 24.5. If something else is happening, I've lost a little track. So copper, double bottom, I've seen better. We bought the bottom day, exactly. You know, that's exactly why I've developed this trading system, because I wanted to pick top and bottoms to the exact day, which, as you have seen innumerable examples of, it does. It can, it will. It just doesn't happen every day. A significant top or bottom happens only fairly rarely. Let's call it not even once a month, maybe once every couple of months, maybe a little more rare than that. But I am telling you that green and red oftentimes presents not only a scalp trade, but an overnight swing trade and or an investor entry type of situation many times. A bottom is a bottom. It's a matter of how long it lasts and how far it goes, up or down. So I'm now starting to turn bearish on high-grade copper. It worked out nicely, got to the resistance level I thought I was going to get to, is now overbought, and is now maybe starting a bit of a down move. Not sure yet. It's a perfect spot for it to start to head south. Just need to see a little bit of a start here before I start talking bearish. I'm obviously getting out of my bullish opinion and kind of getting a little neutral momentarily, trying to get bearish, but not quite yet. Okay, beans. Hey, we got a damn good rally here. Now there's a much better opportunity to get up to 1103, maybe a little lower, 1086. But one way or the other, if we stay here, closing here, we're only overbought today, but I construe this as a minor upside breakout. Getting overbought on breakouts is not uncommon. It doesn't bother me. I just need to have it stay here or higher, and in a couple, 3-4 days or something, be in the same place without having gone down much, and probably being at a little significant amount higher. I don't know, 1060, 1070 by the end of the week would not surprise me a damn bit. I think I can afford to say I'm turning friendly. It's not a bull market, but this could rally up a decent amount more. We're at 1040-ish. I'm thinking, maybe it's going to get to 1103. That's 60 cents, $3,000. Not bad. Next move, oil, minor new high. But here we have resistance. And we're not quite overbought, but super close at 74.74. Almost. Our high is last at the moment, right now, 74.74 for the RSI high. Actually, currently trading at 69.52 on the RSI. But stopping at resistance, I don't like. If I want to be bullish, coming back a little bit's okay. But very soon, I need it to close above today's high so far and significantly above it, I hope, doing exactly what beans are doing right now. So oil could be about to do that. Soybean meal is lagging behind a little. Although it's high and last, it is at a bear trend line and not quite overbought yet, so it's got more elbow room. Looks like beans, oil, and meal are picking up some bullish steam here. There's some stories I could tell about being a little bit more bullish in these markets. Remember, meal never did make a lower low than the March lows, which we did get an ER buy signal at exactly the lowest low the whole year so far. Very profound signals often. We got a sell signal at the top of a double top, which has worked. I mapped that out for you in advance, and that's come and gone a long time ago. Now, problem is, can I afford to start talking bullish? Maybe another small amount higher. If we close above 333, that will start to turn me with a bull eye here, starting to get, yeah, that would be very, very helpful. Not yet, though, but it looks like it's on the way, trying to do so. Corn. Actually, same kind of commentary in corn as in meal. Interesting. At resistance, not overbought, ready to pop through a bunch of buy stops if it can get just a little stronger. Closing above 416, probably going to get me a rally up to 436, and that's only 1,020 cents, but dollars. But 446, another grand, looks very possible. Now that's another 500. Sorry, but I can't rule out even more. The big long-term key here is way up at 503, and we're nowhere near that. So we're probably going to need to build some kind of a significant bottom in here. That's going to take some significant amount of time. Wheat. Minor top formation could develop. Small shoulder, the head and shoulder top, last shoulder today, right now, these prices only if it starts to go down very soon, next day or two, and not go up much, if at all, above today's high. Then we're going to start to form a shoulder, and it needs to start sliding down. So, a long way to go to make this look a lot better. But you do have a shoulder question mark, head question mark, last shoulder double question mark. The neckline's pretty good, sliding up, slanting slightly upwards over the last couple of weeks. Granted, small formation. Granted, downside objective wouldn't be much lower than testing our bottom, which we do have a bullish engulfing ER buy signal on the exact low day. And the exact low day. And not the highest high, but the beginning of a whopper of a break. Now, the signals that don't work, that one and that one, don't usually hurt bad because we have an immediate stop that probably protects against large losses and making those losses smaller even hours after we're in the trade. So these trades could actually be profitable scalp trades, and even the overnight if we got the movement in the right direction. But overall, it's a buy signal at the bottom, and we never did get above the high of the signal day. So that's very iffy. I just am going to call it didn't work. You might have scalped out something, maybe. Red on the bottom is not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be green, so that one didn't work. Hogs, overbought 2 days in a row now. Let's say it's cruising for a bruising. I'm thinking it's going to top out soon. Just bumping today, first time against resistance. The minimum upside objective because of this double bottom formation, which worked out very well so far, starting to break out right there. Only really Thursday of last week, Friday, huge up day. Follow through again today, but overbought. That upside objective is supposed to be 186.62. Looks, very plausible. We're already about 2/3 the way up in 2 days. I think it's going to do it. Not necessarily immediately, maybe a little pullback first, and then follow through. And let's go to hogs, the last one, Miss Piggy. That was cattle. Did I rename it? Yeah, that was definitely cattle. And here's Miss Piggy. Close to overbought, not quite. Close to double top, maybe. Too early to say. Not quite high enough. I'm neutral. Back to the E-mini. We're up only a point now. Still going essentially sideways, but it's losing some ground from earlier strength. And I like that. It just has to keep sliding. You have a great day. Profitable trading to you.